Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Josh. Outstanding job again, my friend. That's right. Hey, we love Josh singing the national anthem, folks. He does a fine job, doesn't he? How about that? Appreciate you, Josh. But the other one that they started having out here, I have to double check that. The one, that'll be Heath Thompson on the outside pole, a tribute to Billy Robinson. Tim Horderday and the 911. Who is that? BJ Cook, I believe, in the Kent Racing number 78. They're going to go door-to-door for the race lead. A great battle opening up here in this Pro Mod. As Heath Thompson has taken over the race lead. We'll head down and get a quick word with the winner of these. I don't know if I should do that. Wait 2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Just wait up here. You want me to go back?
No, you can wait right here. It's fine. We'll make this pretty quick. We'll just give Thompson an opportunity to relish in this Trophy Dash victory here for a moment and thank his sponsors. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Heath Thompson outside of the race car. Yeah, I was like, wait. I said, he heard me say wait, just so he knows. I know what you look like, Matt. I just wasn't sure. Matthew Thompson, ladies and gentlemen, not to be mistaken. Matter of fact, brother took a wild ride over there a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we're fortunate it didn't tear it up beyond repair. So Jason's got it at his shop, getting it fixed up so he can get back out here with us. So.
I know a lot of fans certainly enjoy this wrap on this car, man. What does this mean to you to park it? I know it's just a Trophy Dash, but man, to park it right here underneath the flag stand here for Billy Robinson's got to be special.
It feels good, finally. You know, man, this is for Billy. This is exactly what this is for. This is nostalgia.
Yeah, it is.
You know, this is throwback.
I love it, man. I really do. It's great, man. I certainly do appreciate the tribute, being a friend of his, as well as so many people here in the grandstands here tonight. I want to give you an opportunity to thank your folks that help you out.
My dad, my brother, good friend of mine, Brenda Timon, just everybody, whole family, and Mr. Billy for the knowledge that he instilled in me while he was here on this planet. So.
No doubt about it, my friend. Best of luck in the heat and feature tonight.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Thompson parks it in the Trophy Dash for the Pro Mods. RaceOnTexas.com on demand here at the Boothill Speedway factory stock heat race number 1. I'll get you that lineup here in just a second. And the Marshall Texan Craig Oaks is going to jump out front to the early race lead here on the opening strip in the 1 and 2. Craig Oaks going to hold on to the top spot. Won his first ever race here at the age of 11 years old many years ago. And Craig's still a youngster, only 27 years old. Headed back to the tower here. As I look up and see the Marshall Texan has jumped out to a pretty decent advantage here early on with 3 laps scored. The 7-time Cajun Cruiser Classic champion Justin Whitehead trying to work his way inside of the top 3 now. Doing battle with Joey Virgo Jr. Who is it? Robert Graham? Robbie Hickman? Robbie Hickman behind the wheel of the competition automotive. Former car driven by Joey Virgo Jr. Only took me 2 guesses, not too bad. As Oaks has put that Team 91 Racecraft Laser Racing chassis. Texas Beef Jerky sponsored number 91 out front with the race lead, looking good here early on tonight here at the Hill. Craig Oaks won a pretty flawless limited modified race here, unfortunately last August, but dedicated that win to Mr. Wayne Wilkins, who he knows watching down tonight on his son, filming these races and all these great races that are going to be taking place. And Memorial Day weekend, you know, we also remember folks like Mr. Wayne, great race fans who are always here at the Hill and supported this place over the years. Craig Oaks is gone. Absolutely gone in this one. And he knew that he had to go. If I had a chance to probably talk to Craig after the race, he said, you know, you're going to have to go because anywhere 36J starts in any race, you know he's going to be coming. And if Randy Cox can hold off the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, that would be a major shot in the arm. Here comes Whitehead to the inside of Cox. Cox is not scared. He'll smash the loud pedal down the back straightaway. He'll pull a car length on him into 3 and 4 for the final time. How about it? The new youngster, the 17-year-old trying to hold off 36J, and he's going to do it and get the job done. Racing with the best factory stock driver in the business, Randy Cox turns him down and tells on the pole of Heat 2. It'll appear to be the KTI Bodies Jay's Lawn Care number 2 of Jeff Rice from Vivian. Oh, Gene Kenton just got the people's elbow thrown into him there just a little bit by Dominic Flores, the former mini stock ace. Of course, Dominic Flores raced in super stocks as well. Cousin rather, James Flores, raced that 98 Rock Super Late model and a mini stock. Will tonight be the night that Flores can pilot his way to the top spot and wrestle this lead away for a win? And nonetheless, a new youngster as well, the 27 of Greenwood. Oh, my goodness. That dude just drove deep into 3 and 4. And I tell you, you could see that coming as one stopped at the top of 3 and 4, that he was going to hit that wall. It was just a matter of how hard he was going to hit it. For a moment, honestly, tonight he'll have a challenge before him. It's Josh Daugherty in 34 JR. And Gene Kent in the factory stock. The lights are going to go out with Rice from the pole position. He'll get the party restarted. Here comes Ingalls. Ricky Ingalls going to work to the inside of Dominic Flores. Flores just drove the car deep into 1 and 2. A bad push on the 45. He swings high, wide, and handsome there off the exit of 2, and he loses 2 spots to Ingalls in the 27 of Greenwood. Greenwood driving out of the back tail tank of the 81 of Ingalls. Ingalls turns down the challenge for now. As now here comes Ricky Ingalls. He has improved so much in this factory stock, and Rice, you're going to get thrown into his hip pocket temporarily. We'll see if he can hold on to it. Ricky Ingalls, smooth as silk tonight, right to the center part of the Boothill Speedway, and he'll slide up in front and take the race lead. Ricky Ingalls at Longview, Texas, is going to take the top spot, and that Joe Best Motorsports Twin City Towing sponsored number 81. They're side by side for second. Rice leading their early few laps of this heat race event for the factory stocks presented by R&R Timber is going to get thrown into the hip pocket now to the 27 of Greenwood. He'll go to second. Greenwood will drive his way up to second, and Dominic Flores just nearly lost the handle in front of the 34 JR. Sidestepped out from underneath him just a little bit. So we're getting to wind these laps down here. And the final lap. Off of 4, face full of checkered flag. He'll be a threat tonight. It's Ricky Ingles in 81 taking the win. Well, oh my goodness gracious. Run, Ricky, run. Run, Ricky, run. Oh my goodness. That scares me too. All you got to do is slip in that mud one time. As his laser chassis teammate, if you will, Bo Perry out front. The 5th annual Factory Stock Battle of Boothill winner earlier this season for $1,000. 2 Saturday nights ago, Bo Perry went over the Lone Star Speedway to Sam and Lisa Haverty's beautiful oval, which will be in action tomorrow evening with wing mods and open wheel modifieds. Should be a lot of fun over there on a Sunday evening special. Bo Perry scored the For the Love of Alex Stop Texting and Driving benefit event for their daughter Alex Taylor, unfortunately, that we lost in 2011. So down the back straightaway into turn number 3, Bo Perry from Bossier City. And the Superior Bar and Grill laser chassis house car with a PTS power built by John McLemore underneath the hood. Karnak Texan Travis Bowden rides second. The battle for third's the best one on the racetrack right now with Garrett Lindsay in the X. Interestingly enough, that is the driver that he's racing against right now in the 55, who he had behind the cockpit of that same car that he's driving right now. Cody Myers in 55. Myers out of Bossier City won here last season. Disqualified for one of those victories, but he proved that it was no fluke by going to Arklatex the following weekend and taking a victory over 52 of the best factory stocks around. This is the first time that Myers has hit the speed plant all year long in his family-owned team number 55 car. Cody's been one of the more exciting upstarts in this sport since he began. Oh, and nearly lost the handle there. But right now, Cody Myers has his hands full. He's busier than a sailboat. I can't do it. Can't do it. He broke. He broke. Nonetheless, he looked like he was busier than a sailboat in a tidal wave, but you know that doesn't happen very often around here. The white flag is out for Bo Perry. I'm telling you, it's going to be a shootout tonight. That's 3 heat races so far, and he still has to cross the checkered flag, but I feel pretty good about it for him. 3 victories for laser race cars and 3 starts here in factory stock action tonight, as they are trying to shake up the scenery around here. The 12 of Bo Perry to victory lane. I'm telling you, those lasers are fast. Your top. Oh, it's Moondog, Don Grindle. Oh, boy. I did really. Your feature race winner here 2 Saturday nights ago. The Styles Automotive 96 goes 3 wide there for third, and he splits the difference down the back straightaway, trying to get 3 for the price of 1, and it looks like he may do so. He'll go to the inside of the Tatum, Texas racer Don Grindle in 99X. Don crosses him over, but it won't work. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes the Nightmare. Michael Knighton trying to park the 96 this weekend with the American flag theme and get back to victory lane, where he was so very emotional and excited a couple of weeks ago. Joined down there in ABC Auto Parts victory lane with his family. Hey, B1. That's The Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby. Back here, battling for the 5th and final transfer spot. Grigsby won the 7,000 win King of the Hill here at the Hill last season and doubled up, swept the night by winning the limited modified main event as well, getting a cool $8,000 back to Marshall, Texas. The Marshall Mafia still in command of a lot of these races here in the modern day. Oh, Grigsby gives a shot in the shorts there. Gives a shot there to the 101A of Atwood. Atwood trying to hold back the advances as Funderburk is right in front of them, and here comes the Nightmare. Michael Knighton trying to work for the race lead. We got him down 3 different lanes wide down the back straightaway. Grigsby going to thread the needle. He'll drive it deep all the way to the inside of Funderburk. Did they make contact? Couldn't tell from where I was sitting if they made contact or not. But nonetheless, Derek Grigsby has gotten himself up on the wheel, put both feet, both hands on the wheel, and he's gone. If he got a caution, maybe he would become a factor here late, and I believe he would. On a Memorial Day Saturday night, or Memorial Day weekend Saturday night, we got Gary Lipscomb out front, who talked about it in Victory Lane last weekend of the Trophy Dash, that he races every single time out there in memory of his brother, Terry Lipscomb, who we miss so dearly. Lost him 4 years ago on April the 25th of 2014. Down the front straightaway, here comes the Nightmare, Michael Knighton. Michael Knighton to the outside in a 1 and 2. He's going to find some dig. Talked to Michael about that when he won here 2 weeks ago, that he was on the outskirts of disaster there, just really pushing the envelope where he was able to put the race car on the racetrack. One little slip and one little bobble's the difference. And here comes the Nightmare on the final turn of the final lap. He's going to get it. Oh, my God. That was a dead heat. I don't know. I think Knighton got him. I wouldn't swear to it, but I can't swear to see on the market, built by Stephen Whitaker Jr. and Chris Brown with the CBR shocks underneath the performance graphics entry. The B-17 of the Farmerville Freight Train, Brandon Ball. Brent Tidwell. Oh, the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, Justin Whitehead, out there in 36J. Cliff Tupper, the 2015 Louisiana State champion. And we're about to have a hornet's nest out here for the top spot. As we go door-to-door for the race lead, they're 2x2. Back to 4th with Tupper trying to split the gap and go 3 wide. Lucky got a little loose there. Sidestepped the car. Off of 4. Opens up the door for the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, Whitehead. Whitehead will send it. Look at this. You got to love it. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Lucky fighting back to the inside of that brand new WFRC chassis. Western Flyer Racing chassis built by Curtis Allen out of Oklahoma. And here comes Tupper. The B-17 of Ball won at Arklatex a few weeks ago on Ultimate Fan Appreciation Night. As here comes Tupper, going to split the gap. That was a nice move. Wow, that was nice. Tupper has definitely found his niche around the Boothill Speedway the last couple of years, but that may have been one of the more impressive passes I've seen. Anytime you can cross your lane and cross up in front of a guy while still in one guy's line, that was impressive. As Tupper has a lot of drive off the exit of turn number 2. That's where he's really making his hay. As Brandon Ball has not raced here since the 5,000 win Battle of Boot Hill, but that night he was in his Vato chassis, and now he's in this brand new Innovative, and I think it's starting to come to him now. All the while, though, it's an Ingalls out front at Boot Hill. What's new? Ball, Whitehead going at it, door to door for second. Off of 4. Tupper smells a little bit of it, and he wants a pie. I want a piece of it. Whitehead tiptoeing around the outside of the racetrack, holding back the advances of 23 of Tupper as well as the B-17. That momentum to the outside of that best engine power plant underneath the hood of both cars, running for second here. Able to keep them neck and neck, needle to needle down the front straightaway. And Ball will nose ahead just ever so slightly there, but Whitehead's outside line momentum. We'll see if it pays dividends. Not this time. Not this time it doesn't. The 23 now of Tupper trying to take advantage. Not able to do that time as well. Off of 4. Tupper doing great battle here with the 36J. Lockie says, wow, I ain't been to Boot Hill in a minute. And Kelly Lockie, who has been bad fast all year long, and anywhere he's checked in, may have a little bit of work to do on that 14, but nonetheless, it's not far off at all. A lot like Ball. He probably just got to get his feel back at the hill. And the checkered flag was out, the 81 of England. Jamie Burford starting to get these other two in just a moment. I could definitely tell that's Burford. What? So down the front straightaway. A great battle shaping up between the pair of West Monroe racers. Northeast Louisiana right now well represented up front. 1, 2, and 3 with Mark Underwood Jr., who knows the quick lane around the hill. Mark Underwood Jr. looking good here tonight. He'll roll that IRP chassis built by Jason Ingalls into turns 1 and 2. Ingalls' racing performance seems to be up top here a lot because guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now are all IRP racing chassis. I'm sorry. The 27 is a Western Flyer, of course, and the 90. I don't know what I'm thinking. Don't know what I'm thinking. Lost my mind there for a moment. Curtis Allen didn't like that too much. But Mark Underwood Jr., nonetheless, he's in an IRP. And West Monroe is still waging war for second. With the East Texan of Tidwell holding on the fourth, trying to hold back the advances of the high side hustler who's running around the hub of the racetrack right now. To the chassis, of course, with PTS powered by Macklemore underneath the hood. Uh-oh. Boone Evans in the Ford JR from Bullard, Texas. Oh, and Dylan Spear nearly lost the handle. Had to allow the 69 to check up a little. JoJo Wilhelm out there in 47X. And the youngster, the 13-year-old Shelby Hinton in 28 off of 4. Oh, tagging the wall is Tupper. Tupper bouncing off the concrete. Cody Tupper biting the concrete there. And he'll fade from second all the way nearly to fifth as Evans does battle with him now. Up front. We'll see how good this new IRP is here, I guess, with Griggs, because you know he's going to mat it to the floor, and around goes Wilhelm into 1. And Hinton avoiding him, slides the car and comes to a stop. Doesn't hold anything back. You got to love it. Lights are out. Here we go. Oh, wow. So Jason Ingalls in 47X tonight, folks. There's your update. The 47X, Jason Ingalls having some trouble there. And Wilhelm's car. Maybe that's why he had Jason drive it. Say, man, I don't know, Jason, it just doesn't turn very well. Yeah, Jason doesn't very spin out on as often. Here comes the Marshall missile. Grigsby looking for that power run off of 4. Down the front straightaway, Dylan Spear. 1 and 2 in the points right now. These two drivers are, with Grigsby up top with the point lead with 281 accumulated so far through the first 7 events, 276 for Spear. Only 5 points separating them right now. And here comes the missile from Marshall off of 4. Finding that big bite, but he's going to have to do something maybe a little bit different as the 55 is looking still pretty good right there to the center of the racetrack where that moisture appears to lay on the speed plant. Grigsby, though, has his foot through the firewall as he slams it into turn number 3. He'll find a sweet spot off of 4 here. Not sweet enough. Into 1. Grigsby going to have to get the momentum up underneath around the 69. Kind of slipped up just a little bit there. Had to smash the brakes. Think back to a couple of weeks ago when he drove the car into downtown East Texas. It almost ended up at the tech shed over there in turn 2. But boy, he made sure that the 90 of Jody Davidson was not going to be holding him back and his advances. Final time down the back straightaway. Grigsby gave it all he had. Just wasn't quite enough. As a 55 third place finisher last weekend after Grigsby won his second main event of the year. It'll be Dylan Spear from Marshall. The pair of Martians will go 1 and 2, followed by the 47. Wow, three-way takeover for the leader right now. The 60 holding him off. Jason Pilikakis out front. And halfway in, four laps to go. The reigning track champion of that Ford Focus, yellow number 14 of Chris Collier, stalking those top two hard here. We'll see what he can do. As Adrian Kennington in the 6K still holds on to the second spot down the back straightaway as they approach turn 3. Good battle shaping up there for second. Kennington fighting back to the outside of Collier, reigning track champion here in the 4 cylinders. Down the front straightaway, a little bit of a bobble there by the 60 out front with the lead, and the white flag is out. Jason Pilikakis has led every lap in this one, but he may come up short if he bobbles a little bit again. He slides up in front of the line of the 6K and takes that line away and is able to get about a car length and a half or two into 3 for the final time. As he rolls off at turn number 4, it will be all Jason Pilikakis, and Kennington lost it on the final circuit. Coming to the checkers as Collier will snag second. They moved. It's Rebecca Lindsay, I believe, in the 4M. The 3 of Tyler Moore looked like he was going to be there a few moments ago. He won here. Tyler went back-to-back, trying to go 3 in a row here tonight, 4-car 3. Here Memorial Day weekend on this beautiful dirt track Saturday night. He'll dispose of Lindsay. He'll ride to second and drive it deep there in the turn number 3 and off of 4 with his sights set on Williams up front with the race lead. Uncle Steve Lindsay in the 5L with David Vosbury in the 00. That's your full lineup here, or full field of cars here in 4-cylinder heat number 2 of the night. Tyler Moore, who's been the man with the plan, who's been the one to beat here the last couple of weeks. He'll stalk the tire tracks of Wyatt Williams down the back straightaway, the easy one, the son of the former champion here at Boothill. And street stock ace and former North Louisiana State Championship winner at Champion Park back in 2011 and a limited modified. Speaking of Cliff Williams, of course. So Lil Easy one down the back straightaway. I believe Wyatt just graduated from high school, if I'm not mistaken, or he's going to this coming year. Boy, time flies. And I know it makes Miss Belinda and Cliff certainly proud when their young man is out there on the racetrack, but definitely when he's out front in command of the race, does a fine job here. I don't think he's raced more than 5 times in his entire career. And it just comes natural to him as he'll roll off a 4 here with the race lead for the final time around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Greenwood, Louisiana tonight in your second and final 4-cylinder heat race. As they hit off a 2 down the back straightaway, it looks like he has this one in the bag. Shouldn't be much problem here through 3 and 4 for the final time. And Moore tries to make something of it, but will not get the job done. The easy one of Wyatt Williams takes 4-cylinder heat number 2. Uh-oh. Vosbury and Lindsay making some contact there. Didn't see what happened. How about it? Racing Products chassis number 48, Dirty Deeds Motorsports entry of Taylor Ratliff, the Bedford Bullet. Inside of 2, Randy Payne at 75. He's in a GRT chassis. Outside. Selling off in a 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight in your Open Wheel Modified Heat. Tyler Townsend's back at the hill, the 2010 Louisiana State Dirt Track Champion, the former Southern Dirt Modified Champ, Alpha 4 down the front straight, or Arklatex Wing Modified Champ, and the Big Texas Auto Parts Transmissions Unlimited number 12T. Here comes Tyler Townsend. When this young man was 17 years old in this sport, he won one of the biggest modified races that you could win at that time. Beat the best in the business in the form of Chris Hennigan to get the job done. Townsend has always been a very well-spoken, and a very well-versed young man. We've certainly missed him on the dirt track scene here the last couple of years. But, man, it's obvious right now that Tyler still has it. And Winslet gives us some pressure there. And a nice job by Townsend to do everything he could to actually avoid making contact there. He tries to go 3 wide as Winslet will take advantage around the hub of the racetrack, but crossing him under down the back straightaway. Randy Payne having trouble. 3 wide here through 3 and 4. And Townsend got a little bit too hugged on the hub of the racetrack and upset the race car. Meanwhile, though, how about Chad Falco undoubtedly having his best performance ever here at Boot Hill in a heat race. Down the back straightaway in the 3. Here comes Winslet. The 2-time track champion here. 1 in a mini stock, 1 in an open wheel modified. That came 2 years ago down the front straightaway. Or a season ago. I think Winslet actually went on back-to-back, but a little bit of assistance after the car was already coming around. Townsend had nowhere to go, and Ratliff going to bring it to a stop. Their way off of 4. Here comes David Winslet. Winslet's going to fire to the inside for the race lead. David Winslet going to smash the loud pedal. He'll go to the race lead down the back straightaway. Falco did not want to see that last caution. He'll cross underneath the 21. Look out. Into 3 and 4. A nice door-to-door battle there momentarily, but the 21 says, nope, not going to happen. 2 laps to go. And here comes the 12T of Tyler Townsend. Big T into 1 and 2. Oh, we get caution. Right around the hub or through the middle of the racetrack. We'll see what happens. Down the back straightaway. Back in the turn number 3. The 12T of Townsend going to go way upstairs that time. The white flag is out for Winslet. Down the front boulevard and into 1. The Big Texas Auto Parts trains. Townsend going to try to fend it. He's going to try to send it. He jumps the cush. Yo, and they're going to go to David Winslet in 21. Down the front straightaway. Now on the corded mic. How's that sound? Down the back straightaway. The 211 of the IRP chassis. East Texas Hauling and Rigging Machine with that sweet left rear quarter panel A. The 211 of the DeBerry Texan Chase Hatton, the Mad Hatter out front. Chase is a good dude, a good guy, and a lot of people certainly like him. Jason Ingles likes him at the shop. He's a major asset and a big help to Ingles Racing Performance. Into turn number 3, though, the 7 out of Lacombe, Louisiana. Hayden Moran holding on to second. Already 2 laps to go in this one. Brian Foy in the 7 holds on to second. Taking the checker to be the 211 of Chase Hatton. Second will go to Brian Foy in 7. Outside of the IRP chassis number 18, feature race winner here this season, the Marshall Mobile Homes Tri-State Magneto F1. It's the Jet Brett Frazier. Outside, the John Catman Mitchell won the most recent modified win here, or scored the most recent modified race here, and he's got a good start into one. The Catman, John Mitchell, and that MB Custom Chassis, Dowden Logging. Number 5, Healthcare Express WW Timber entry in the 3 and 4. 2 very good mashers of the gas in this one. Or 3 of them, or 4 of them. In the 1, Brad Couch, who had a bad fast car here a couple of weeks ago, just couldn't buy himself luck like LeBron James couldn't buy a bucket the other night. Off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Brad Couch with the race lead. John Mitchell got loose. Look out, John. Whew. John Mitchell almost ended up in the trailer park down the street. Off of 2 as he heads down the back straightaway with his sights set on the 18. He slammed the door shut right in front of his face. Goodness gracious, Jared Laughlin not having any of that. But right now, Frazier trying to hold back the advances of Couch. Or no, I'm sorry. Brett Frazier. Aggressive, the name of his game, but a little conservative play right now from Frazier. He'll stay tucked in line, tucked in tow underneath the 5C, but trying to meticulously work his way to the top spot without having to forge his way ahead. And maybe Frazier, though, will allow himself to move up the racetrack, maybe find a quicker line, because Jason Ingles has undoubtedly found something. Jason Ingles has found a quick lane, and there goes Frazier. The sounds of the track announcer running through his head. He steps up top. Frazier, here he comes. He's got it wound up now. Last year, Brett Frazier won here twice, and Gary Bassett's Mr. Plummer IRP chassis number 33 tonight. Back in his home program, and here comes Frazier with the cross under. In the 3, will he throw the slide job? He says, I fit it, I'm going to send it. Brought his stamps through 3 and 4 with lap traffic up ahead. White flag is out. Final strip around the quarter mile over with lap traffic up ahead. Oh, boy. Brett Frazier about to get that big run maybe. Down the back straightaway, he gets somewhat of a run. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Brett mashing on the throttle. Going to smash off the cushion. Here comes Frazier to the outside. And he did not get it. The Fosse of Brad Couch won it by, I'll tell you the rules. Smash his foot through the firewall and light the candles and get this party restarted with Pro Mod Heat Race number 1. Robert Graham's the outside pole in the 22, of course. The General Giant Jason Beasley in 16. Doug Vick Jr. has won 4 times this season in car 4. Oh, Tim Eves, the former track champion in Vivian. Always great to see Tim Eves back behind the cockpit. One of the good guys in the sport. As we head off into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Bradley Barnes has the early advantage in this one. Graham going to send it up top, 1 lane outside higher than the 30. The 30 bobbles, pushes up the racetrack, opens the door for the 22, the cross under, and he takes the top spot. The Marshall Texan, Robert Graham, who flipped upside down here 2 weeks ago, driving Robbie Hickman's number 9, and we got caution. The 21 of Tim Eves facing the turn 3 concrete. Drivers are going to be duking it out for, you know, the top 10. Say the top 10 transfer to the main event, and the guy who gets 11th throws it on the trailer, doesn't get a grand. That's going to be crazy. Off of 4, we're underway. Pro Mod Heat Race number 1. Bradley Barnes. Oh, some of the things that you certainly appreciate people for and things that people take initiative for that you just don't even think of. Lights are out, though. We're going to go back underway. Into 1 and 2. Heading off a 2 down the back straightaway. The 4, Doug Vick Jr. going to put the heat on the Marshall Texan Robert Graham for the race lead. Into turn number 3. Halfway to go. 4 in and 4 laps to go. Here comes Bockham. The Benton Bullet. 2 of your winners here this season. Right now run 2nd and 3rd respectively, and Bradley Barnes going to take a peek back to the inside of Bockham. Bockham got way high there off the exit of 2. Higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour. Didn't want to do that again. Off of 4. Down the front straightaway. Vick Jr. is doing what he does. I was trying to say that like that, but it sounded dumb, so. Will he strike? Robert Graham doing a nice job of holding that car there to the center of the corner. Looked like he got a little loose there, but he was able to corral it. Didn't even step out from underneath him enough to obviously allow the 4 to make an advance on him there. Off of 4 for the final time into 1. Will Robert Graham hold off Doug Vick Jr.? I believe he will, and I believe he can. But the question is, will he? Final time through 3 and off of 4. He will. Off of 4, Marshall, Texas. Seegers Roofing sponsor 22 of Robert Graham holds off. The 4-time winner here this year in the 4 of Doug Vick Jr. And drag racing to the line. The Arclitex Sheet Mill and Welding. McDonald's sponsor Pizza Rev number 27 of Mike Washburn, the reigning Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner. Out of Benton, Louisiana, the 60, that'll be Mark Barnes in 60. Matt Terry in the 11A. No, that's not even Matt Terry. Oh, Mike's trying to go full wide. He did. Holy smokes, race fans. And the 60 of Mark Barnes, they made a little bit of contact there. Mike's going to drift it off into 1. We go 3 wide. Wow. Look out. Look out. That got a little hot and heavy. Oh, my goodness. Through 3 and 4. We're pro mod racing, and we got a green flag out, and they're going 3 and 4 wide on the racetrack. Jesus is coming. Down the front straightaway. Into 1. Let's go 3 wide again. Pro mod's living up to something tonight. Look at this. Right now, we're 3 wide for the race lead. What more do you want, race fans? Off of 4, Jeffrey Bechet doing what Jeffrey does. And the Kins hitting an edge. Number 4, Trey Maxwell trucking entry. And here comes Bechet. 15 wins a couple of years ago, and he's got the left front toting. He could have left it at home. He didn't need it. Into 3, though, with all 4s down on the speed plant. The 27 of Washburn trying to roll to his tail tank. These 2 had an absolute flawless race here a couple of weeks ago. Oh, and Bechet just lost the handle, driving it too deep into the corner. Mike Washburn going to be gone now. Gone. We'll see you later. BJ Cook, though, he's looking pretty good. Into turn number 3. Jeffrey Bechet has risen back to the 2nd spot here. He disposes of the 00 as Mike Washburn is once again gone. We'll see you later, Mike, in the main event on the outside pole, because he brought his stamps, and guess what? He sends it. Or he done sent it, but he'll go ahead and send it. Oh, no, it won't be the final time. The caution's going to wave. A restart with a few laps to go. We'll see what happens. Mike Washburn with the race lead, and this gives Bechet an opportunity. Will Bechet be able to wrestle the lead away from Washburn? They waged war here 2 weeks ago for the top spot, and the 4 beat him by about a half of a nose. And this time by off of turn number 4. Oh, they got to go white. Oh, and Bechet stole the race lead away. Oh, Mike did not want to see that last caution, but he'll drive it deep into 1 and 2 here at the Boothill Speedway down the back straightaway for the final time in the Pro Mod 2nd and final heat of the night. Washburn going to drive it really deep this time into the 3 and 4 for the final time. He was so good here a couple of weeks ago. This time he'll come up short again, but he gave it all he had. And knowing Mike, he's very competitive. He's got to be kicking himself right now. Outside, one here 17 years ago today, folks, driving the Black Diamond chassis number 57, Chad DuPont from Shreveport in 57. The 6D, that'll be Rick Duke from Ball, Louisiana, the cousin of the pole sitter, Rob Litton. The 4X from Leesville, Louisiana, that'll be Brock Williams. As they go side by side for second here. The opening lap, way up top there. The 6X of Litton slides up and allows his cousin, the former Jambalaya 100 winner, Rick Duke, to take over the race lead. Rick Duke's the 2014 P&W Sales Super Late Model Rookie of the Year. Long-time Oval Wheel modified driver. And here comes Litton. He's lighting up the gas pedal down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, Rob Litton is letting it eat up top like the big dog he is off of 4. Here comes Rob down the front straightaway. He'll take over the top spot and blow the doors off his cousin, Rick. Holy smokes. Rob Litton's feeling good about himself now. Rob Litton's final super late model win came at the Lone Star Speedway at San Luis Havertys Lone Star Speedway over a season ago now. Unbelievably, Rob has never won here in a late model. And those 32 career super late model victories, one was never won here. And now he and Duke cross lines, and they got to be having a whole lot of fun right now. When Rob was really hard and forging up and down the roads, racing his late model. Of course, his longtime crew chief is that man of the 6D of Rick Duke, who is waging war with him right now. I mean, this is the toughest. Hands down, hands go up and hats go off to Rick Duke. He has really stepped his game up behind the wheel of a late model. This is undoubtedly the best I've ever seen Rick Duke running a late model. He should be commended for that effort, because everybody knows what Rob Litton has accomplished. Rob is a very well-respected and very accomplished racer. And I know right now that when they get back to the pits, if Rick can hold on, and nonetheless at this point, if he didn't hold on, he'd feel pretty confident about what he'd just done on the racetrack. And right now, Rob Litton, I think, is giving everything he's got. He just can't catch him. He's going to get back to the pits and he say, cousin, you was gone. Litton, fun to watch on that outside line. Hammer the outside line of the Boothill Speedway with reckless abandon. Not a whole lot of cushion up there tonight. Well, I guess there is some. And Rob has got it wound up again. That wall-to-wall performance power underneath the hood. Down the back straightaway, here comes Rob Litton. Oh, scrapes the wall. Look out, Rob. And the checkers are out. How about it for the former Jambalaya 100 winner, Rick Duke, going to take the dub. Second will go to Rob Litton from Alexandria. Third from Shreveport will go to Bad Chad DuPont. Engine powered. Rocket XR1 chassis from Hockley, Texas. It's Austin Tice, the 21-year-old. Rockin' Ronnie Adams, the king of Boothill Speedway, and the Ricky Jowers Motorsports Black Diamond chassis 11A off of 4. We're underway. And out of Denham Springs, Louisiana, the 61 is Brandon Bueller, Mr. TCC, Total Custom Carbs and Dyno. Helps out a lot of these racers with the carburetors. Look at Ronnie Adams cross underneath the youngster out of Hockley, Texas. He'll take the third spot into 1. Austin Tice getting sidestepped there, but he'll try to get back around as they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Ronnie's not scared. Never was, never will be. Down the front straightaway, racing hard now for second with Walton. And Ronnie will blow his doors off down the back straightaway and go to second. Oh, smokes. My goodness, Austin Tice. Austin Tice did not mean to throw that slider, but he did. He slid up right in front of the nose there of Walton, who parked it right there in front of him, and I thought they were going to inevitably make some contact, but that did not obviously take place. And off of 4, Ronnie Adams is now going to pound that cushion and see if it'll work to him. They'll go back to the low side here in a 1 and 2. In the Luigi's Restaurants, OWC number 11A. Caution is out. 1994, just so you know. Doug, don't feel old. Off of 4 down the front straightaway, we're back on our way. Into 3 and off of 4, Robbie Stewart and the Collins Ford powered 6R. We'll see if Ronnie has anything up his tricky sleeve here. I'll never forget the night when he was inducted into the Boothill Speedway Hall of Fame along with Doug Ingalls, Papa Ray Ingalls, and Tom Michaels. I heard Tom Michaels echo that he believes that Ronnie Adams had over 300 career wins at this racetrack, and you kind of look at that number and you just say, man, that is that's a big number. You just got to think that's 300 different Saturday nights. That's hard to fathom. It's hard to fathom. It really is. Hard to wrap my head around that one, but no, it's definitely possible. No, he's capable of doing it. I think he just lost the power plant. Pop goes the weasel, unfortunately, for one of the most decorated driver in this Greenwood Oval's history. Ronnie, Killeen Motor Speedway Racetrack, Texas Thunder Speedway, on a USMTS night over there. It was a lot of fun. Watch this youngster pick up his first ever limited modified win, and he was excited. And he's been out on a late model for 3 full years. Down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Robbie Stewart out of DeRidder, Louisiana, may open up the door for the Hockley, Texas youngster. Austin Tice down the back straightaway. Robbie Stewart. If you don't know where DeRidder is, I don't blame you. But Robbie Stewart hails from there, and he takes the win in heat race number 2 for the late models. Second will go to the Hockley, Texas. B. Ingalls, who has an opportunity to double up tonight. He'll have to first do it in the limited modified. Last night, Tyler Stevens swept at Texarkana. Tyler Stevens swept last night at Texarkana. And we'll see tonight if the 81 of Ingalls can win the... Oh, and Mark Greenwood just lost it in front of the whole field. I'm not sure. I'm really not quite sure. I don't think that there was contact initiated there by the B-17 of Ball, but those two, if anybody were to get into him, it would have been the B-17. He's going to punch the time clock, and he's going to send him to work off of turn number 4. We're underway from the Boothill Speedway in the limited modified, a main event. Underwood's going to sell it off this time. Gets a much better start down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3. Side by side for third, the reigning Louisiana State champion and the B-17 up Ball, as here comes Spear from Marshall. Here comes Grigsby, the missile from Marshall. Trying to make it another Martian inside of the top 5 to the tilt tank there. Oh, and Grigsby nearly loses the handle. Got down to there near the Ute tire, and he's going to lose a spot to Jody D. But Grigsby, he drives it deep, sells it off to the inside of him. Oh, and Spear got tapped to the tilt tank by B-17 up Ball. Mark Underwood Jr. But the best battle on the racetrack as Underwood leads is right here for 4th. Down the back straightaway they will go off of 2, and they set their sights on 3. Grigsby, who lost a little bit of momentum after the car sidestepped out from underneath him off the exit of 2 or 3 laps ago this time at the line. That was 3 laps ago. His Ball fights back to his outside and would have had it that time at the line. So that brand new innovative chassis and that brand new IRP chassis doing battle here. The Chris Brown Racing Shocks underneath, providing the dig for the B-17 of that innovative race car. Oh, tough break for Ingalls. Ingalls is done. Stick and fork in Ingalls. He's DONE at the top of turn number 4, and the caution flag has no other choice but to wave. 6,000 to win factory stocks, 1,000 to start tonight. Limited modifieds. We'll gun it out here on Memorial Day weekend on this Saturday night special with Mark Underwood Jr. getting back on the loud pedal. We are back underway from the Boothill Speedway. Down the front straightaway we go. Into turn number 1. Dylan Spear got a good restart. He'll fight there to the inside. Grigsby going to try to make it 3 wide, but not able to muster up enough momentum there. And Ball slips up, allows Grigsby to get a run on him here to the inside, but Ball smashes the loud pedal and puts that elite best engine to the test. Into 1 and 2. Ball going to hang it up top. 8 career wins here at Boot Hill in a limited modified for the Farmerville Freight Train. The missile from Marshall. On the tail tank of the 55 of Spear. These two, 1 and 2 in the points right now. They sit vice versa there on the racetrack, running 2nd and 3rd, respectively, at the line. Grigsby going to nose ahead of the B-17. An absolute Michael Jackson thriller last weekend with Grigsby getting the nod and the victory on the final turn of the final lap coming to the line. They don't get much better than that as the freight train having a thrill ride. And oh, look out, Derek. The car skated and pushed up off the turn 4. And I tell you what, that could have been much nastier than it appeared it would be. But you could probably see what I was. Uh-oh, Grigsby got. No, I'm sorry, not Grigsby. The B-17 of the freight train just went up in flames for a moment. Uh-oh. And Lockie just drove underneath his tail tank. And here comes the missile from Marshall on the restart. Fires good, fires well. He'll hammer the outside of the Boothill Speedway and set his sights on turn number 3. Here comes Del Rio, the former Dustin Duncan Memorial champion. Through 3 and off of turn number 4. Here comes Del Rio. My goodness, makes contact with Grigsby. Oh boy, drove the car almost back to Northeast Louisiana on that one. Grigsby has a crinkled in left rear quarter panel there. On the quarter panel that sports the sponsor from JCT Auto Sales, I believe. Into turn number 3. Hugging the hub and hugging it well, Jonesboro, Louisiana's Mark Underwood Jr. And that team, Loud Pedal Motorsports, and boy, is he on the loud pedal tonight. Seeking some sweet redemption after looping the car on the opening lap. But I'll tell you what, Grigsby would love to park it on the slab tonight and his debut in that brand new Ingles Racing Performance chassis. And I think Jason Ingles would be just as thrilled for him. We got a battle shaping up here for third down the front straightaway. Spear in the same exact spot he sat in here last Saturday night. Finished third here at the Hill. As Jody Davidson.
I don't know why I was thinking that was blood.
So would Derek Grigsby be able to park that brand new IRP tonight? He's up on the wheel, but he has to dethrone and get to the outside. A good restart for him now on the restart. A nice restart, perfectly timed for the Marshall missile as he heads off into turn number 1. Trying to become the winningest driver here this season. Here comes Del Rio, my goodness gracious. Splitting the gap, man. I'll tell you what, Chase Del Rio's got a bad, fast WFRC tonight. He is all over the 69. I tell you, Chase Del Rio has really showed what he is made of here at Boot Hill. The last few starts he's had anyway. He's always raced very well here, but I tell you, winning that big 3300 at the Dustin Duncan was his biggest career win. Didn't luck up into that one. He stole that show. So into 3, rolling off of turn number 4. Jody D, gonna throw it up in front of the 55. He takes it. Ricky Burke Jr.'s number 55, once again being driven by Dylan Spear from Marshall. Slips back to the 5th spot after his third here last Saturday night. Justin Whitehead on the move. Whitehead looking much better tonight in that his brand new Western Flyer racing chassis built by Curtis Allen. As Whitehead working his way up. Grigsby gonna have to go, and he's got to go now. As they head back off into 1 and 2. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Center of the hourglass is definitely ticking away for 69 and 90 and 27 and 55. If they want to do something, they got to do it now, or they'll need to rub on a rabbit's foot or something. Into 3. The white flag is out for Mark Underwood Jr. Mark Underwood for the final time. It'll be his first win here since last August, and right in front of him. Oh no, it wasn't in front of him. He just looked like he lost the handle. My goodness. The final trip, final time in the 3 and 4. The Team Loud Pedal Motorsports IRP, the 99 from Jonesboro, Louisiana. Mark Underwood Jr. going to park it tonight. Forum race fans, the 99 from Jonesboro, Louisiana, Mark Underwood Jr. in victory lane. Mark Underwood, I tell you, man, we'll have to start from the drop of the green flag. The original one in this race really saved you there. I'm not sure if you got tapped a little bit. I'm not sure for contact with, but boy, the car certainly. Let's get a little closer. Car certainly came around, and I know you're definitely see that original restart.
Yeah, I've been struggling in the heat. It was real sluggish, so that's why I spun out. It had a lot more power than I was expecting.
Telling yourself you weren't going to do that again.
Yep, that's exactly right.
The car was absolutely flawless from then on. You know you got to go and go now when you got Grigsby and all those other guys behind you.
Yep, exactly. He's got a new car, and I knew he's going to be fast.
First time you parked this thing, I think, since the last August. It's got to feel pretty good, man, for you in this race team right now.
It does. I can't thank the guys in the pits over there that helped me. I didn't even have time to get the hood on it, my earplugs in or nothing.
Y'all were scrambling on it over there trying to get it ready for the main event?
Yes, we were.
What did y'all change on it over there?
The valves were too loose, and then we had a bad spark plug.
Man, thanks for racing here at Boot Hill. Great run tonight.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Underwood Jr. parks it tonight here at Boot Hill. Tyler Moore. Adrian Kennington driving the 6K. Braden Barnes in 01A, and the lights are going to go out. We're underway here from the hill. You know what really grinds my gears? When I get a Coke that has my name on it, but it's spelled with a K. I'm Zach with an H. Zachery indeed. I don't like it. We're back underway. haven't said a word in this race. We're down to 5 laps to go. And your 4-cylinder main event. In tonight's Tell of the Tape. Into turn number 3. Kennington holding off the charge here from Tyler Moore. Oh no, it's 2 laps to go. I do something to go here. Into 1. And Tyler Moore trying to rise to the occasion and still want a way to go 3 in a row. The white flag is out for the 60 of Jason Pelikakis. You're 100% positive. Pelikakis for the final time. Does Tyler Moore have something up his sleeve here? He'll drive it deep to the bottom of turns 3 and 4 and smash the throttle. Off of 4. Jason Pelikakis is going to win his first ever race here at Boothill Speedway tonight. When he climbs out of the race car, folks, we'll give this driver a big round of applause. I believe he's in a Dodge Neon. This looks like it. Give it up for Jason Pelikakis, his first ever win here at the Hill. Jason, you've been very consistent, man. You show up to Boot Hill week in and week out, trying to park it right here where you're standing now, man. This has got to be pretty special for you, your first win here at the Hill.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you, the car ran great. You weren't ever challenged in this race.
Yeah, we finally got first gear.
Yeah, feels pretty good. It's a Neon.
Yes, sir.
How much did you get this car running for? Okay. $1,000 total in this whole thing?
Yep.
Pretty awesome, man. I'll tell you what, anybody in additional you'd like to thank for getting you out here?
Break and Run, Matco Tools, my wife, kids.
So you can probably tell anybody sitting in the stands they ever have a passion for this sport, they can probably go find these cars for pretty cheap, get out here and have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you, man. You earned it tonight.
Thank you.
Good up for him, folks. Jason Pelikakis parks in Victor Lane for the first win of his career. How about it, race fans? The Louisiana Super Late Models at Boot Hill Speedway for the first time ever tonight. I often say 30 laps, 25 laps the distance. 25 laps the distance for $1,500. Rick Duke from Ball, Louisiana is going to smash the lap pedal and get us underway as DeRitter's Robbie Stewart from the outside pole. And we're underway for the Boot Hill Legendary Speedway. Off of 2. Down the back straightaway for the first time. They're nose to nose down the back chute, and the 6R of Stewart going to nose ahead. He'll roll the hub of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Here comes Tice, the Hockley Texan through 3. And off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway we go. Kicking up the rooster tails of dust as they send it into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway we go. Racetrack's very racy right now from on that top lane and the low lane. I mean, it's even Stevens right now off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway we go. The 57 of Chad DuPont now going to fight to the inside of the 6X. Man, he awfully did some work on that car. If you talk to Chad DuPont, he would talk about how far these race cars have come in technology. And here comes Ronnie Adams. Ronnie Adams, I'll tell you what, Rob Litton, a little out of character tonight. Oh, my goodness. He just drove underneath the fuel cell of the 11A Black Diamond chassis of Ronnie Adams. Rob Litton may not like whatever Ronnie did to him too much. I don't know. Rob Litton may be a little hot underneath the collar just by the fact that his race car may not be working to expectation here tonight. After Ronnie's crew went thrashing back there to the pit area, they got him out on the racetrack. Nonetheless, he's on the speed plant now, and he runs in the 5th position. I nearly guaranteed you he would finish in the top 5. As lap traffic of Boydus being approached here to go a lap down, and he will. Oh boy, lap traffic is surely sketchy out there right now. Ronnie Adams will be the next car to try to put him down a lap. And they'll go by. Robbie Stewart, boy, it looked like he lost power there for about a split second. And he is hammering the Boot Hill Speedway Racing Service right now on the hub of the racetrack. Everybody moving at a quick rate of speed. Still holding on to that top 5 position is Ronnie Adams. He'll go to the back. I thought he was going to go back high, and Rob Litton will. A lot of these guys just electing to roll the hub of the racetrack. Rob Litton says, what do I have to lose? Finishing 6th and finishing in 10th. There ain't no difference. Why do I not just send it up top and blast a pair of these Hoosier tires? Because I'm going to need a new pair anyway. The 2 of Walton will expire his entry. So Rob Litton, I guess he'll be the funnest one to watch hammering that outside. He'll dime it off the corner down the front straightaway into 1. Adams up in front of him, who's lurking on the back tail, tank of the 57 of Chad DuPont. 2 drivers that have won on Memorial Day weekend in a super late model of the Boothill Speedway in the history of this racetrack. Ronnie Adams won here back in 1996. How about it? I pulled up a lot of interesting little notes earlier today about who won here on super late models on Memorial Day weekend. As they head back off into 1 with DeRitter, Louisiana's Robbie Stewart way out front. Wanting to win one here tonight for the home state. They're 12 laps in. It'll be 13 complete this time by. As the youngster out of Hockley, Texas, and the Side Plumbing, North Side Plumbing Supply, Vic Hill powered. Oh, and DeRitter's Robbie Stewart just broke off the exit of corner number 2. Stick a fork in him. He's going to be done, and Tice will inherit the race lead. Austin Tice will take over the top spot here at Boothill Speedway tonight. And what could be, or maybe, his first start here at Boothill. I'm not sure, though. I'm thinking that maybe he did last season. Ronnie Adams has gotten around Chad DuPont, sits in 3rd. We need a caution. We need one caution to see what could happen if, if Ronnie or any of these guys have a chance. Maybe Rick Duke has something. But it's pretty interesting enough that the 6X of Rob Litton can't even get within striking distance of this trio here running 2nd, 3rd, 4th on the racetrack. But like I said, I give a lot of props to Rob Litton for not being complacent and choosing to hug the hub of the racetrack. But you can't blame the guys right now running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, as that is obviously the quick lane around the speed plant here in Greenwood tonight. As Ronnie Adams going to take a peek now to the inside and try to grab 2nd. He'll smash the loud pedal. Rick Duke's got company. Down the back straightaway, Ronnie Adams going to take that spot. He'll thread the needle, split the gap. Hello, how you doing? Sit down, take a seat. Off of 4. Duke not done, though. They'll drag race to the line, and Ronnie Adams going to take that spot away at the line. Ronnie Adams going to take over that 2nd spot, driving the Luigi's Restaurants Black Diamond chassis by Ronnie Stuckey, number 11A. And we need one caution. We need a caution to cause an earthquake in Greenwood tonight. And the youngster, Austin Tice, would probably not like to see a caution. This is not NASCAR. We don't get to throw water bottles out there and get them when we want, but nonetheless, it would be exciting. But this youngster out front from Hockley, Texas, has definitely earned this tonight if he can hold on. To this point, driven a flawless race and put himself in position to inherit the top spot. And Adams just would love to have a shot at him. Says, please just give me a shot. Ronnie's hooked up right now. May even have the fastest car on the racetrack, but too much of an advantage to cut into here, as it will be 2 laps to go this time by. 2 to go for Tice. As he works his way off of 2 and down the back straightaway, I guarantee you Austin Tice is here to get some laps and to gain some knowledge on this racetrack prior to the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series event here. Off of 4, down the boulevard for the Hockley Texan. Down the back straightaway for the final time. The young man out of Hockley, Texas, going to roll to the Boothill Speedway. He'll upset the Louisiana natives and take their lunch money. The Texan, Austin Tice, will park it in victory lane tonight here at Boothill. This fella here raced on the United States Modified Touring Series Tour full-time back in 2016. Made the King of America Modified Nationals main event. Not the first time we've been in victory lane and talked about a victory. Tonight, the Texan makes his way to Greenwood, Louisiana, and takes these Louisiana fellas' lunch money. He'll get the head and neck right now. Give it up for him, Boothill from Hockley, Texas, Austin Tyson, 70. Austin, Drove a very smart and smooth race out there, man. I tell you, it's just smooth right around the hub of the racetrack. And I know Robbie broke, but hey, you had to put yourself in that position to win this race tonight.
Yeah, I hated it for Robbie, but man, the way our luck's been, I'll take it. I want to thank everyone that helps me. Thanks to all the fans that came out and watched. It was a fun track.
It's the first time here?
Yes, sir.
You coming here to get some notes for the Comp Cams race?
That's the plan.
I assume so, man. It's great to see you here. How far is Hockley from here? I had a few people ask, actually.
About 3.5 hours.
Not too bad, but yeah, it's nicer when you go home with 1,500 bones.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hear about all those great folks that help you out in the race team.
I want to thank my parents to start out with. They support me and chase me up and down the road. State Plumbing, Haas Horizontal, Swift Springs, Trucks Unlimited, Razor Edge Graphics. This XR1 ran real good tonight. Big Hill Power. It all worked out for us.
Been great, man. Been enjoying watching your career progress from the first time we probably met in Victory Lane down in Killeen, Texas. Good to see you here, man. Proud of you. Love watching your career unfold.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Give it up for him, folks from Hockley, Texas. Austin Tice in Victory Lane here at Boot Hill. Some bragging rights, and they do it for you folks in the grandstands. And we thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Factory Stock's about to put on a great show as they usually do, with Craig Oaks trying to get his first win of the year with the 81 of Ingalls to the outside. We're underway with 91 and 81 on the front row with 12 and 96 in row 2. We'll send it into 1 and 2. From the concession stand perch. And they'll go 3 wide for the race lead momentarily as they head off a 2 and down the back straightaway. The 12 of Bo Perry took a peek there to the inside of the 91 for the race lead. But the 81 of Ingalls is going to come out on top. He says, I got something to prove. He got a sense of redemption and some revenge to put out here on the racetrack right now after breaking something. Obviously broken the limited modified. And you always have to keep thought and keep it in mind that 36J, the 7-time Cajun Classic winner, Justin Whitehead, will be a factor maybe at some point as he'll throw his hat into the ring and try to become a player here as they roll off of turn number 4. He's back in about 10th spot. Down the front boulevard into 1. Oaks holding on to second. Laser Racing Chassis, 1, 2, 3 right now on the racetrack with the Dominator running in 4th and 5th. His best career run to this point. Well, he did finish 4th here about 3 weeks ago for Joshua Greenwood. In 6th, the youngster, 17-year-old Randy Cox. Randy Cox will run 6th right now on the speed plan as he heads off into turns 1 and 2 in 45R. And here comes Big Bad Bowden. Bowden has to go 3 wide here. Cox trying to battle back to the outside of 36 Jet. See what he can do as he lines to the outside of the 11 of Bowden. So it'll be Ricky Ingalls out front, the 91 of Craig Oaks, the 12 of Bo Perry. The lights are going to go out. Bo Perry, he's got something. We'll see. He's in the Laser house cars. The Lasers run 1, 2, and 3. We're back underway here at the Hill. Hi, how are you? Good to see you, Destiny. Here comes Perry. I told you he brought his stamps and he's going to send it. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. Hill nose ahead for the race lead alongside the veteran Ricky Ingalls, the 60-year-old. The 60 and the 25-year-old go door-to-door through 3 and 4. And rolling off of turn number 4, Bo Perry's going to take the race lead. Bo Perry, who won here for that nice paycheck here, that $1,000 victory here for the 4th annual Battle of Boot Hill, has had a knack for knocking down special events. And I tell you what, Bo Perry, he's got something special this season, and we got trouble down the back straightaway. BJ Cook taking a stroll. Did not take a roll, though. He'll try to keep it rolling, and he does. Send him to promoter school, folks. Oh, my. Keith Parker all but throw the green flag. And they're 4 wide for second. Holy smokes. They're 4 wide there for second momentarily. Justin Whitehead into the mix now. Oh, boy. And Ricky Ingalls having trouble with the 80. It looks like he just broke. The right rear looks like he may be missing a spring. The 91 of Oaks. And holy smokes. I mean, how does this... Justin Whitehead is inside of the top 4, trying for top 3 now. But he could get the Walmart special and pick off 2 for the price of 1 here at any given time. On demand. Back into 1. And they head off a 2 down the back straightaway 2 Saturday nights ago. Your feature winner, Michael Knighton. Slips back to 4th. Going to the inside of the 9. As he breaks up that Laser Chassis run of 1, 2, 3. Now Outlaw owner. And Justin, 3-time Louisiana State Dirt Track champion. Time to get inside of that top 3 now. He'll head over to Greenville Speedway, Super Bowl Speedway tomorrow afternoon for a 2,000 win special for the David Memorial. And Bo Perry on the counter. He checked. Whitehead continues the wage war with the 91 of Craig Oaks. We're halfway in, 13 to go. Halfway in the books. And Bo Perry is marching to the beat of his own drum right now. You cannot shake a stick at what he has performed to this point. But I tell you what, you do not want to see that caution flag come out. Because you can almost bet your hard-earned dollar on it. The 36J will become a factor. He may not even need a caution, but it could get interesting. As Josh Greenwood waging war with the 11 up out now, back for the 6th spot. And something happened to Ingles at some point in this race. I did not see how he just lost so many spots at one time. But right now it's Perry out front. The 91 of Oaks slid up just a little bit to the top side of the Boothill Speedway. Opens up the door for the 36J with an outside line momentum as he lays the throttle to the mat. Into 3. White says, I gotta go now. Oaks says, sit down and please take a seat. And he will. Whitehead doing something. Craig's got to feel pretty good. Whitehead trying for the head, cannot do it. He'll continue to try though, as lap traffic looks to be the issue here down the back straightaway. Billy closed up here. PPS race engine powered entry. Perry is putting up clinic here at the Boothill Speedway, trying to get his 2nd win of the year. The only repeat winner this season is Justin Whitehead. Unless Bo Perry can get the job done now. And if Bo knew how sizable this advantage was that he has, he'd probably be grinning ear to ear. He'd feel a lot better about it when Justin Whitehead has just carved his way up to 2nd now, but Oaks is not done. Whitehead, 7-time Cajun Classic winner. The former Longhorn Classic winner. That's 8 factory stock races that totaled $40,000 in victory. He came so close to winning the 10,000 win here, or 7,000 win last year for the King of the Hill, but broke with 8 laps to 42 laps scored at that main event. I tell you what, it's the sand of the hourglass is ticking away. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Lap traffic up ahead for your leader, Bo Perry, but he has too much on Justin Whitehead. Final time, to the white flag for the final time around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Greenwood, Louisiana. Daytona Drive. He'll feel good about this one tonight. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He'll march to the beat of his own drum tonight. Laser racing chassis driver, house car driver, Bo Perry to victory lane here at Boothill. Craig Oaks and Justin Whitehead waged war for 2nd for the entirety of that one. And, well, Bo Perry says, I will not be denied tonight. He threw the keys on the counter. He went ahead and checked out on them and put on a clinic here at Boothill. And that laser chassis house car. Last season at Arklatex, Bo Perry came from 24th to 2nd. Justin Whitehead won that night, and he said, I feel pretty good about it nonetheless. But tonight the roles are a little bit 6. And he did everything he absolutely could. That's pretty special. His mom is notifying me that it's Bo's birthday. Oh. Well, race fans, this one's certainly going to mean a lot to him. It's his birthday, okay? How about it? For the laser car house driver, Bo Perry back to victory lane.
Everybody was waving down like there's somebody wrecking, but the light never came on. Hey, congratulations!
How about it, Bo? Your second win of the year here. You won the $1,500 or $1,000 win for the Love of Alex event at Lone Star a couple weeks ago. Me and you have talked a little bit this season, man, and you've been really, really confident in your race car, and it's certainly showing here early on. We're just in the month of May, your third victory, man. You got to feel really, really good right now.
Oh man, it feels amazing. I mean, the last couple of years we've been heading in the right direction, but always got the bad luck bug. But tonight, all year, this car's been fast. It's been up front every week. It's about time I start paying it off with a few victories.
No doubt about it. I tell you, had some good cars up there too, and you always gonna be thinking in the back of your mind, 36J's got to be coming at some point. He worked his way all the way up and battled for second with Craig Oakes, ended up second.
I mean, I knew he was going to be coming, but like you said, there was two fast cars in front of me, so I was more worried about them than I was for Justin.
Being the house car driver for Laser Race Cars, your dad builds these cars, man. How special is it for you guys to win those heat races tonight, be running 1, 2, and 3 at about the midpoint of this race?
It feels amazing. I mean, it just shows how far race programs come. These cars are rockets. I mean, every single one of them is fast every week, everywhere we go, so it's about time we start winning some races with them.
Let's hear about all those great sponsors. Obviously, you got Superior Bar and Grill on there. I think it's a pretty sweet sponsor. I think you deserve a margarita, sir.
Oh, always. But first of all, Chad Falco drove from El Paso here. He's the one that's got our motor program going in the right direction, so hats off to Arm Performance. If it wasn't for him, I mean, we wouldn't be running up front. Then, of course, the Laser chassis. My dad builds the best car out there. Superior Bar and Grill for coming on board this year. Jeff Lewis, I mean, he helps us with all the small things. I couldn't do it without Jeff. Of course, Jody Prince with J&J. He pretty much keeps this car on the track every week. Of course, my mom, my sister, my friends, all the fans out here. It means a lot to come out here and win and full crowd and everything.
I have to say it. We got to get the good out of it here. Just one more. You got a big one next weekend at Arclitect Speedway, a place you performed well at in your career. You're about due for one of these crown jewel wins. I'll tell you what. You got to feel pretty good. $1,000 to start, $6,000 to win now next weekend for Justin Whitehead's Factory Stock 50.
I love our chances. Like you said, I mean, we've won a couple of big races already this year, so one of those crown jewels will be nice.
You'll be one of the favorites. Hey, by the way, happy birthday, my friend.
Appreciate it. Feels good to win on the birthday. And thanks for Race on Texas for everything y'all do for us.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for putting on great shows. Congratulations, Bo Perry. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Foy from Lacombe, Louisiana will be inside of row number 3. Tyler Townsend in 12T. The F1 is Brett Frazier. The lights are going to go out. We're underway for 20 laps here at the Greenwood Oval. Twenty trips around the Greenwood Louisiana Oval, and David Winslet nearly lost the handle, and they go 3 and trying to go 4 wide back here for 4th, 5th, 6th. No doubt about it. Glad to be back in an open wheel modified. As lights are out, but keep your eyes on the 12th tee of Townsend. He starts. Lights are out. At the Boothill. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Winslet going to get the whole shot once again, but Hatton going to try something. They go 3 wide again on this restart. Look out. Down the back straightaway, they make contact. Tyler Townsend had nowhere to go. Making contact there, and a slight job trying to be thrown by Frazier, who won't drift up the racetrack, leaves the 43 of Falco room. The quick lane around the Boothill Speedway appears and looks to be the hugging the hub around the speed plant right now. As they head back down the back straightaway, Falco letting the big dog eat underneath the hood of that 43 machine. You got Foy tucked in tow there, and off of 4, Couch trying something again to the inside of the back to the tail tank of the F1 of Frazier. But the caution flag will wave once again, this time for Seth Lee. Seth Lee out of El Dorado, Arkansas. David Winslet out front with the race lead. Winslet gonna go back at it full throat into turn 1. Oh, Chase Hatton lost the handle there nearly, and Brett Frazier says, I'll take advantage. Tried to thread that needle and take that spot away, and props goes out to Falco once again, driving a flawless race tonight. Ended up surrendering that lead in the win in that heat race. Oh, Hatton nearly lost the handle right there in front of the F1 again. Trying to fit it and go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Oh, Brett Frazier just slammed the door shut. Frazier slammed the door shut right in front of the face of the 5C of Brad Couch. He said, take a seat on that couch. Off of 2, headed down the back chute once again. And I'll tell you what, man, Chad Falco, you heard Bo Perry just mention and thank him in victory lane for him being a contributor to that number 12 Laser House Car program. Down the boulevard we go back into turn number 1. I tell you, hats go off for Chase Hatton tonight. Chase is driving a flawless race, but all the while, David Winslet is gone. unbelievably. I mean, we've got a great racetrack. They're all over it from top to bottom. It seems to be the quick line is, I guess, around the hub. That's where your leader is running right now. But, I mean, Falco has not been complacent. He continues to roll the outside of the Boothill Speedway, and it's worked well for him just until this last lap or two, and he's faded back to 5th, but he did get a little cattywampus that last time through 3 and 4. As Jason Ingles right there running the high side as well. Oh, and Falco got loose again. Boy, I tell you what, maybe it's that cushion. He's getting pushed further and further out. And, and at some point, that cushion runs right into that wall. Look at Tyler Townsend, folks. I would love to see a caution. I won't even lie. Not because I want to see either one of these guys win the race. I just want to see a race be contested. I want to see the winner be challenged here. As Winslet, I don't think from here, if we don't get a caution, I don't believe Winslet would relinquish the lead. But Townsend is coming at a pretty fast pace, though. I mean, don't let me bite my words just yet. I don't want to eat crow here, but I tell you, Townsend is really fast right now, and both cars running the hub of the racetrack. It's a very meticulous game when you're running the bottom. A lot of folks talk about running the top side. You have to run it with a lot of skill, but I tell you, a few smart racers have told me that it takes a little bit more skill to run the bottom, and right in front of the field, the 211 of Hatton just lost the handle and loses it, and the caution does come out, just what we were talking about. What the hell was that? Harrison for the driver behind the cockpit of the number 21 out front with the race lead, David Winslet, former mini stock champion. Going to smash it and get the party restarted off of 4. Winslet out front with the lead. And all of a sudden, Jerry Jackson's going to throw his hat in the ring. He says, I'll be a player here. Won here last season. Jerry Jackson. I think a lot of folks underestimate old Jerry Jackson. Jerry could still will. He just races sparingly and when he wants to. But I guess when he wants, he flaunts the talent. And off of 4, down the front boulevard, Brad Couch has come back alive. Here comes the Catman, no my. Whew, that got close. John Mitchell just got the door slammed in front of his face. He's going to have to claw back to the tail tank of the F1 of Frazier. John Mitchell flirting with disaster. He's trying to scrape that right rear spoiler across the concrete at the top shelf of 3 and 4. He'll follow Frazier's footsteps there. Heading off of 2, back down the boulevard again. Mitchell's just getting a little too high on his exit there, sweeping off the exit of 2. Oh, and Frazier just pushed up badly there off of 4. Tyler Townsend trying to get back around Jerry Jackson, who keeps slamming the door shut in front of his face every time off the exit of 2. At the exit of 2 every single time after the restart. Once again, David Winslet, kind of a mom and pop program, if you will. Raced several years in a GRT racing chassis. Raced quite a few years as the battle for seconds heated up down the back straightaway. Tyler Townsend, the Hallsville, Texas youngster, will go back to second. Looks like he'll hold that spot. He'll drift up to the high side and push badly off of 4. There's a lot of slick right there in the middle of the Boothill Speedway in 3 and 4. And it's taking a lot of rubber, as you can see in 1 and 2. As Jackson tries back to the inside of Townsend. You saw the front tire skate up the speedway when Townsend tried it to slide up in front of Jackson that last time. And the yellow's back out with Townsend holding on to that spot. Winslet still your leader. So now how about Jerry Jackson tonight? Brad Couch, Brett Frazier make up the next row. The Catman, John Mitchell. The lights are going to go out. We're back at it. Let's go. Much better restart that time for Tyler T. Double T this time. He's going to go to the inside of the 21 of Winslet for the race lead. Tyler Townsend going to smash the Fountain of Youth and get snatched inside of his left door panel. And Brett Frazier going to try to take advantage. Tyler Townsend maybe just had enough, or Jerry Jackson has. I'm not sure. But Jackson leaned on him just a little bit. He says 8 tires are better than 4 there, young man. As they continue to wage war there, and the battle continues on. And Frazier, he likes it up top, and he's going to make it work. Brett Frazier takes over second that time at the line. Frazier scored in second on that lap, and I'll tell you what, that outside line is all of a sudden coming. Oh, my goodness, and Brett just smoked the wall. I'm not sure if it was enough to cave the right side in or break any of the suspension. But he said, the hell with it. What do I have to lose with 2 to go? I'll get what I can get, and I hope the driver up front throws a fit when I blow his doors off. Here he comes, folks. Oh, my goodness. That outside line is just a little too far out off the exit of 2. Frazier's trying. Here he comes, folks. The white flag is out. Can Frazier execute through 1 and 2? We're setting ourselves up for a photo finish. If Brett can get off of 2 this time, oh, my goodness. Here he comes. Here he comes. It's just a little too far out. The cushion's just pushed a little too far out, but here he comes. Frazier trying to do what he does. An aggressive bonsai move coming to the checker flag. Brett Frazier on the lap pedal. Holy smokes, race fans. Off the off the concrete. I could say it. Brett Frazier was undoubtedly one of my favorite drivers when I was growing up. And every time I tell him that, he feels old because he's not very old. Never settles. And he threw everything he had left at David Winslet, but it wasn't enough. Winslet earns that win tonight. And we'll get a word with him. The driver of the Stuckey Enterprises Jar Services LLC. Getting ready to climb out of the race car. Glad to have modifieds back here at Boothill. Did switch chassis back to a GRT built by Joe Garrison of the offseason. Climbing out for him. If you're headed out of Boothill, give him a round of applause for David Winslet out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Tell you, David, it's been a pretty good year, man, with the minimal amount of, I guess, of starts and minimal amount of modified races, I guess, around the Architects. You parked it for the first one of your career at Lone Star and Kilgore earlier this year. You felt good about that one. And tonight, modifieds back at Boothill, man. I guess you were good as the last time you were here. The car's pretty hooked up around the hub there.
I like this place. I call it home now, and I've got a lot of laps around this place, and I enjoy coming here.
You made a lot of laps here. Obviously, started your career in a mini stock. You know, you had that Mustang after you raced a Pinto there for a few years, but you moved into this modified deal, and I can remember a few times where you probably actually didn't really like racing at this place. I remember talking to you like, I'm not very good at Boothill, but obviously things have changed, man. You've really found your niche around this joint.
Yeah, it fits me. A long time ago, I didn't like coming here, and I don't know why, but we just didn't run good here. But we've kind of picked it up in the last few years here, and really pretty decent.
It makes it a lot easier too, and this racetrack is pretty much flawless week in and week out.
It's awesome. Tim and Ricky and them do a fine job. There's not a hole in it. It's slick. It's racy. They said that Brett was right there at me coming to the checkers. So there's definitely multiple grooves. It just took somebody to get up there and find it. Yeah. I was kind of married to that bottom because I had talked to several people and nobody could make any ground out there.
Yeah, Tyler Townsend tried something there. Jerry Jackson had a good run around the hub. And I thought Brett was going to try something, but you know Brett Frazier, he's going to throw all caution to the wind. He sent it up top like Brett does, and I think he beat you. You got him by about a half a car length, but he definitely made up a lot of ground there in the late going.
That's what they tell me, but I'll take a win any way I can get them. Anytime you can outrun Brett or John Mitchell or Chris, he's not here tonight, or Jason Ingalls. There's a lot of them here that they can win every night somewhere, and it's just awesome to get a win every night you can.
I want to give you an opportunity to thank all the folks that help you out in your race team.
Man, it's a lot. My wife and my son, and my dad, Jeff Ashlock with Allen's Automotives over there helping me. Both my cousins, Stephen and Charlie, are both here tonight, and Jamie. Where's Machine, 10M Motorsports, Extreme Graphics, J&J Motorsports, Little Works in Progress, Wardell Properties, Twin City, Yard Services, ABC, Bill Brown, Stuckey Enterprises, Black Diamond. The list goes on, and everything's appreciated. And I don't get a lot from everybody. I get a little bit, and every little bit helps me up down the road to make these races.
No doubt. Hey, I just want to ask, how old's your son? How old's Jace now?
He's 5.
Time's flying.
Time's flying.
Hey, man, it's awesome to see you here. Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Your final feature race winner tonight, your Opel Modified winner. It still looks like he just bought it yesterday. Yeah, it looks good. I don't have a wife to keep my stuff clean, so we're going to go at it in your Pro Mod main event once again. Oh, look out, Bradley Barnes getting a little hot and heavy there in the 1 and 2. They're going to go at it on an original restart. The other 4, Vic Jr., they're 3 wide in the turns 3 and 4. 3 wide in the turns 3 and 4. Going to go at it. We got a Danny shaping up here at Boothill off of turn number 4. Down the front boulevard we go. The 22 of Robert Graham going to send it back to the outside into 1 and 2. The caution is going to come out immediately on the racetrack. Sends it off into 3 and 4. And the Vic's painting body number 4. He'll smash the loud pedal, and we'll be back underway. on raceontexas.com on demand. The 22 of Robert Graham going to try to the inside of the Arcotech Sheet Miller Welding McDonald, sponsor number 27 of Mike Washburn. Washburn, he's going to send it. He'll pull to the tail tank of the 4 of Vic Jr. Vic Jr. Still too much out front, carrying that momentum in forward to the stripe. The 2 winningest drivers here this season at the Boothill Speedway run 1 and 2 respectively on the racetrack right now, with Vic Jr. with 4 wins in car 4. 27 with a pair of victories. And so close once again last Saturday night. Came up a little bit short. Mike's got a good hot rod tonight. He looks to be running him down. The final race of the night, Dairy Oval since 1973. If you want to race, the hill's the place. Hey, can I have some of those French fries? We continue on. And 1 car breaking down the back straightaway. Mike Washburn's got the 4 within. The good position. Bad news is you're stuck on the entire track of one of the smoothest racers in the Arcotech that doesn't make very many mistakes. So that smells him. Pass him. He tries to the inside. Hope I don't miss a pass to the lead. So as I made my way up back to the tower, it appears that all things still running the way they were, but now Washburn taking a peek back to the inside for the race lead. Mike Washburn. These two have been the ones to beat week in and week out on a consistent basis. Vic Jr. been the one to beat, but Mike is in that same category as well. And there you had to beat 27 and 4 each and every week when you come here to the hill. Will Jeffrey Boucher calls a ruckus if we get a caution? They got a great race going back here for the 4th and 5th spot, as a 22 of Robert Graham still rides in 3rd, but the war still raging on for the race lead. Mike back to the inside, can't get it done. Oh, a little bit of a shot in the shorts there. Maybe it just ever so slightly letting Vic Jr. know he's there, trying to rattle his cage just a little bit. Something that the late great Dale Earnhardt would be proud of. Off of 4, 27 stalking 4. Washburn has obviously captured a Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship here last season in this division. Won a John Harvey Toyota Arcotech Championship. I believe that was back in 2011 at the Arcotech Speedway in Vivian. So he knows how to rise to the occasion and get the job done. One thing I certainly enjoy about these two guys out front right now, they have a ton of respect for one another and race each other very clean, as Mike knows that Doug would race him the exact same way that he would race him, vice versa. Some guys you just can't trust, I guess, as these racers say when you get into a crowded nest. Lap traffic could become a factor. They make a little bit of contact there. He just didn't drive through it, though. Just a little bit of contact here for the race lead. What can you expect? These guys are racing on the edge of disaster here at a high rate of speed and control of something out of control, especially on these asphalt slick tires. Big Jr. going to have to absolutely earn this one again. Seems like every race that he wins, though, it's not going away. He's always doing just enough to hold them off. But once again, no surprise that these two are out front. They've avoided and put the few cars that have gone down a lap and sidestepped them, and now set their sights on Thompson, who won the Trophy Dash to begin the night, as they send it down the back chute, 1 and 2 for the race lead. Doug's going to have to do something and give this one up, but I don't know if it's going to happen. 2 laps to go, this time by showback flagman Keith Parker. Washburn's got to clench the teeth, and there's the caution. There is the caution that I'm race of the night here at the legendary Boothill Speedway. Doug Vick Jr. going to put it through the floorboard, this time off of 4. Will Mike Washburn and Robert Graham still one late? Here we go. They'll head off into 1. Please stay green. Please stay green. Mike Washburn going to pull. Trying to pull to the back bumper. This time they see 2 to go. So not a green-white checker technically. It's a green-green-white checkered. Down the back straightaway. The top 2 advanced and separated themselves once again, just like they did during that long green flag run. The class of the field tonight. Washburn may not be there to be able to make a bonsai move or just hope for a little bobble or a mistake to capitalize on. And he appears to not be able to do so. Final time down the back straightaway. Into 3-4. It'll be his 5th win of the 2018 season. Doug Vick Jr. from Vivian, Louisiana parks it back-to-back for car 4. The 4 has got the better of the 27 for the majority of those battles. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you great race fans that made your way to Boothill Speedway tonight. We most certainly hope that you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. If you don't have anything planned tomorrow afternoon, head over to the Lone Star Speedway and join me over there. It'll be a lot of fun at Sam and Lisa Haverty's Lone Star Speedway. So hope to see you maybe at Kilgore, Texas tomorrow night. Do yourself a favor. Don't stay home to watch the NASCAR race. You can record it on DirecTV. It's not going to be very exciting, I promise. Martin Truex going to run away. Climbing out of the car, 4V of Doug Vick Jr. and Victory Lane here at the Hill. Well, Doug, you're becoming a frequent visitor. Let's step over here, please. You become a pretty frequent flyer here to Victory Lane, man, and I know all these wins have to definitely feel special for you, man, but this is out of the 8 races contested this year, you and the 27 are the class of the field. It's either one of you guys won or 2. You've now won 5 this year, man. It's been pretty good.
It's been a pretty good year so far. We finally got it back running tonight. I had a lot of help earlier, and we figured out what's been wrong with it. Now it's hard to drive.
When you're in a zone like that, when you're running that long green flag run, do you not want to see that late caution?
It didn't really bother me. Getting into the lap traffic, I needed that caution, I believe.
I guess, and Mike's vantage point, he's probably thinking that he doesn't want to see one because he's got these other guys behind him. Y'all had a pretty stretched out lead there.
I didn't know how far we had on them. I was worried there before the caution came out, but it helped us out a lot.
Honestly, man, how much work? We talked about this a little last week about how much work you may do on the factory stock and the off-season stuff like that. But really, how much do you even touch this thing? I don't think you need to touch it. It's always set on kill.
We usually work on it on Saturdays, but this week we didn't bring the factory stock, so we got this one ready a little sooner.
Were you working like 90 hours a week now?
Probably something like that.
Yeah. Hey, man, I want to give you an opportunity to thank all the folks that help you out here.
I thank my dad, my brother Wayne, Ronnie, Bob, Chad, Big Show, and Stormy. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
What's the deal with the factory stock? You didn't have it here tonight, did you?
No, the motor in it, they don't keep up, so we're putting the other one back in it.
You going to be in Vivian next week for it?
Yeah, we'll be there.
I know you would. 1,000 to start. Let's be serious.
That sounds nice.
Hey, congratulations, Doug. Congrats on parking at ABC Auto Parts Victory Lane. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
For him, folks from Vivian, Doug Vick Jr. parked it in Victory Lane.